your top 3 videos, most viewed videos on your channel, both have something to do with pizza. And it's crazy to see, you know, your demonstration in that and showing people what's possible, utilizing B-roll and being smart with the way you set up your shots and so on and so forth. So when you were creating this video, did you know that this would be something people were gonna get hyped about when you came up with the creative, or were you just so stoked about your creative that you're like, yo, this is gonna be so cool to show people how it's done?
I had a feeling like it would do well just based on the recent content I had put out and how people were responding to it. I was like, people will be stoked on this. I had no idea that it would take on the life of its own that it did with those most viewed videos you're talking about. You have to be a genius to be like, this video is gonna get 10 million views and this one's gonna get 6 million and it's gonna be great.
It's impossible to predict that. There's no way someone's just gonna know, but it is cool. But I think what's awesome is that when you break it down, you're talking about how this is a multi-day shoot. Like you spread out your days. So can you talk about that process? Because I enjoy how meticulous you are when it comes to it, taking the time to sit down and go through playback and make sure the shot makes sense, make sure you hit this exact moment and make sure it looks, and this goes back to skating. Like you can always parallel to that. And if you're a young creator listening to this and you're into skateboarding, there's a reason why it's worth it to, if you have any interest in film the shit out of it, because this parallels so well. But so anyway, like multi-day shoot, what did it take for you to get it done?
From so many years of filming skateboarding, I got comfortable with the idea of like, yeah, like if we don't like a shot, let's just redo it. Like I'll redo it 100 times to get it the way we like it. We filmed for like, I want to say like 10 hours or something the first shoot day. And like, we were like, all right, like that went pretty well. I went home, started editing the footage. Next day I called the guy back up. I'm like, let's shoot another day. So we did like another like 10-hour day. And I ended up replacing every single shot we got on the first day, with the exception of the Pro Blends shot for the intro and the outro, where it's like there's a bunch of pizza boxes and stuff. But everything we did in between, like all the putting the cheese on the pizza, adding the toppings and like moving it around, like all of that, we redid everything because I saw the original footage we got. And I was like, the lighting is too flat. Like everything, like there's nothing about this that like makes you go like, wow. Like I was like, we need to redo this. And I think through trial and error, if you're dedicated to your craft and if you realize that each client shoot you do isn't just about getting a check, it's about adding that to your portfolio and like really showing people like what you can do. That like if you have that mindset, you're so much better off, because like the quick buck off of a video, it's great, helps you pay the bills, but if you can get more work from something that you're really proud of, it's so much more rewarding.
I think what's cool about you being able to dial it in and having like the smaller production to make it look as massive as it is you have more freedom. And I've always said this, and I said this about your videos, is that this is what I admired about Macklemore. From an early starting point for him, when he started investing his money into his music videos, he would get a local crew in Seattle and really spend a lot of time and energy shooting multiple days for music videos. And when I got out to LA and I started working on these music videos with these big ass artists, it's, you have to get everything done in a 12-hour day. That's it. 12 hours, that's it. There's no reshoots. There's none of this extra stuff unless the artist needs it for whatever reason. But it's very rare that you would spend multiple days on a music video. And I admired that because he spent this time really dialing in shots, really taking care of the product and making sure it looked the right way. And I think that's similar to what you do. And I think brands really will value that. They really find value in someone that would, like you said, doesn't just come in, swipe the check and shoot something just to give them something and move on, but you really honed in it. And that's probably why that video blew up. It has to be.
I think so too. And I think it comes back to the whole thing about like, my objective is to offer a quality that is comparable to that of like a production team with all these fancy cameras and all these different people, grip, lighting, director, cinematographer, makeup, like there's something for everything on a set. But when you're just two people making a video, you're missing all those extra resources. So how do you make up for it? It's the time and the attention to detail. Because like those little things, like if you don't focus on those things, had we not focused on those things, if we just settled for the footage we got on the first day, I guarantee you like that, like the footage we got, it was fine. The Pico would have been happy with it, but like it wouldn't have gone viral like it did.
Thanks for listening to this clip. Make sure to listen to the full interview, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Hit the subscribe button for more highlights and join our Black With No Cream private community for creators. Links are in the description.